Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel from me and from Gerald. And today we're here for a solo game of Lion Rampant. And I want to try something new, something big, just to change, just for fun. And today on the field, the Roman Empire against the Sassanid. What I decided to make today is a simple basic battle between Romans and the Sassanid, and with some small change just for the sake of simplicity and playability. I decided to play with all my miniatures, so 70 points per side. The elephant is the rule of chariot, armed with javelin, and we use two commanders. The first one, the real high command, and a lieutenant per side in order to get one extra reroll. And I decided to skip the 3 inches distance for the movement of such an army from both sides, and it looks cool to me that in a drilled army such as Roman or Sassanid, a close order movement suits better than a simple war band led by a medieval lord. And that's it. The battle is simple. Every routed unit count. Who has destroyed the most as the winner. Roman are the attacker here on this plane of the Sassanid Empire. And now the army. 2 identical units of heavy infantry. They are the auxiliaries. 1 unit of velites, so they are skirmisher. 3 identical units of legionnaire, heavy infantry with javelin and veterans, and 1 elite unit with the commander of the entire army. Is a Legion General Alexandros. 1 unit of elite cavalry, motivated or drill. Let me double check. They are both drilled and motivated. Archers, more velites beyond the wood. Another unit with the lieutenant of elite cavalry, drilled and motivated, and an heavy cavalry with bow for the Romans, which attack the Sassanid in their field. Starting with the Sassanid center, elite cavalry with Nandor the Relentless on motivated and bow armored. Then archers, 1 heavy cavalry, 1 veteran light cavalry, 1 light infantry, 1 another heavy cavalry, and a mercenary light cavalry. On the other side of the commander, there are another unit of veteran light cavalry, another infantry, light infantry, 2 units of elephant, such as I said, a chariot with javelins, another unit of elite cavalry, this time just with bow, and in the center the lieutenant, and the last unit of mercenary light cavalry. So that's it for the army. Now I'm proceeding to the game, and I'm back when the army will at close range, because probably the first couple of turns we'll see nothing important to refer. The first activation will be for the Romans, because they are the attackers on this game. The Roman general have commanding ability, so essentially he has 2 reroll plus 1 for the lieutenant down there. The Sassanid high command is strong bow. 1 unit armed with bow may activate without test, and his lieutenant as brutal, so every unit within 12 inches automatically passing rallying test. And that's it for the commander ability. Now back to the first turn for the Roman activation. At the end of the second turn for the Romans, they take their line position with missile unit forward and a legionnaire back in line with the cavalry ready to strike, counter-strike, while the first activation of the Sassanid was much more successfully and everything activated except for the unit of the lieutenant, which have just used his reroll for one of the elephant and stay put in the back, and now they are moving, but some unit will probably can try to skirmish and shoot some arrow into the Roman line. We'll see at the end of the turn if something interesting to report would be. Sassanid move all his army forward, and this unit on the hill successfully skirmished, killing 3 of the Roman archers, but their nerves hold firm, and the rest of the skirmisher action has failed when one of the White Lion, the veteran light cavalry, failed to activate their skirmish move. And that's it, because the turn is over, and now is the turn of the Roman to start some action. The lack of discipline for the Roman could be very devastating. Their archers failed to activate in the first instance and also failed a reroll. So with the first activation, the Roman turn is over, and they do not move, they do not shoot, and they are in range from many of the Sassanid unit this turn. So we'll see if this lack of discipline proved to be dangerous, to be dangerous for the Roman deployment. We'll see what the Sassanids can exploit from this setback of the Roman. Well, it could be worse. The archers take severe punishment from the enemy fire, and their nerve finally break and they flee. But the rest of the Roman army is pretty unscathed, because the Sassanid move 2 units into the shield wall and then failed to activate their elephants. So the Sassanid turn end, and now it's the Roman that will try to recover from the setback of the previous turn. The real battle hesitated to start. This elephant down here killed the Veritas in front of the main legionary deployment. The other elephant shoot at the beginning. I say they're armed with javelin, they're armed with bow, so they can shoot to 12 inches rather than 6. And then I move some cavalry forward, while at the previous turn heard the legionary go into shield wall, and the archers fail to rally. And then I try to skirmish with the light cavalry, and they fail. No reroll for the skirmishers, so the turn is brutally over. And now is the time to Roman to try to retaliate or do something, because they are the attacker, but they are pushed into their line by the aggressive Sassanid and their fire. Roman battle lines finally get their nerve and find a linear approach to the enemy, all in their shield wall, clad in their armor, and now they are within wide charge of this unit here, but they are in shield wall, so it's an hard nut to crack for the Sassanid. And this elephant is also within javelin range, so it will react or try to charge. And even on the flank, the elite cavalry move to tread the heavy cavalry. Beaten by the fire, they take 3 casualties into turn. And the Veritas finally activate, exit the wood, and try to kill some light cavalry, but they fail. And now it's the turn of the Sassanid, which is the first thing to do is the wild charge for their elite cavalry, so their cataphract. They will try to avoid a smack into the auxiliaries. As predictable, this unit held, was full back because they lost the melee by 1. They lost 2 legionnaire auxiliaries and 1 cavalry down there, but no one fled from the melee. The elephant retreat outside the javelin distance, and that's it. Now then the Roman move forward with all its army, and this unit down there was charged by the other Cataphracti elite cavalry and reduced it to one single model, which is fled, and the mounted unit is pushed forward, taking some risk, but that's it. And the same did the Cataphracti down here, while in the previous turn, when this light infantry tried to activate, failed 2 consecutive orders. So that's it for the turn, and now moving to Sassanid, and the battle is starting to get hot. Now we'll see when finally the two armies are close enough to exchange blow after blow. Corps Auxiliary repel the elite cavalry of the Sassanid with 1 casualty per part, but they both hold firm. In the center, the shooting from the elephant take 1 casualty here, and the light infantry finally charged the Velites, forcing them back into the woods. Now the rest of the light cavalry will try to activate and miserably fail, so the end of the turn for the Sassanid. And now moving into the Roman turn could be a decisive one if the activation will obey to the order of their commander, especially on that side with both the cavalry have just full target, and we'll see if they manage to exploit their advantage. My fault in the activation chain, because the heavy cavalry charged successfully into the light and put them on flee, and the same here in the center. But now I idiotly decided to activate first this unit, which is outside any reroll possibility, and they fail a simple charge, so the turn end. The tide of the battle is changing one side to another, and this mistake will be gold for the Sassanid. We'll see if they can exploit or if the dice fail them too. The Sassanid exploited very well their turn. They forced them back, causing 1 casualty, taking none, and that's it. In the center here, the fire from the 1 elephant and the charge from the second one, this one is not beside the elephant, put them, this legionary here, that were here, to flee, and the other one finished them off. Then in the center the infantry move forward, and a combined charge from the heavy cavalry, the elite cavalry with Nandor the Relentless, reduce it to 2 single Cataphracti, then a charge from the light infantry, put another casualty, and finally the nerve breakdown. And on that side, the fire from the light cavalry down there, put 1 casualty, but the nerve of the Roman hold, and they pass their test. And now it's the time for the Roman to give some punch back, because the situation going grim for them. They have just lost a few units, while the Sassanid at the moment has lost nothing, complete 1 unit of heavy cavalry. We decided to play until 5 o'clock, so about an hour, around an hour again to play, because I feel that it's quite impossible to go under the 5 unit, even if the Roman is not in a good shape at the moment. So the first of the 2 that will appear will put an end to this game. We'll see after the Roman turn. 1 casualty into this cavalry from the mounted Romans archer, but they hold. This legionary here move steady into the earth of the Sassanid army. This unit stay put and put one casualty with their pilum into the elephant, which were charged by the triary and the general, which also put more casualty and force the Pakadam to flee. This unit here tried to charge, kill one elite cavalry but fail because received 2 casualty back and fled from the melee, while this cavalier for the second time failed their activation to charge into the flank, to charge the cataphracti, Sassanid cataphracti, but they are outside the 12 inches for the reroll. So this put an end to the turn. Not a bad turn this time for the Roman. It was the last activation set aside Belites, which I left for the last activation because they are hardness to be activated. So all in all, not too bad, but this could be, if not decisive, really important. But now we'll see if they will receive the charge into the flank, because they are the closest enemy and this charge cannot flank the shield wall formation. We'll see the Sassanid turn. Against the dice for the activation today was very poor from both sides. Few casualty too from the fire here, and then 2 failed activation with the reroll for this unit here to move means that the turn is over. They tried to charge into the woods. The Velitas, which successfully skirmished, evaded away using skirmish, so they avoided the charge, and that's it. More fire could be thrown into this mounted Roman, but maybe the gods of the Eternal City is starting to watch to their men. We'll see in this turn what is happening. Another mixed bag for the Romans. This unit of legionnaire here tried to charge the light cavalry on a hill, which successfully evade and put 2 casualties and forced them to flee. And while the heavy cavalry successfully charge and destroy the elite cavalry, destroy the Sassanid heavy cavalry in the middle, and this unit of heavy cavalry charge the light mercenary cavalry, which successfully evade but cause no wound in return. And that's it for the Roman turn, because everything else is outside charge range, and guess what? They again fail. They will receive decimation at the end of this battle. The traitor, probably they will be paid, they was be paid by the Sassanid. Beginning of the last Roman turn, situation looks grim for the legion. Both the auxiliaries are on the run. Another unit almost destroyed is on the run down here, while the elite cavalry and the heavy cavalry are in good shape at the moment, but with few juicy targets in the aim, and the Velitas successfully fall back again from this ferocious light Sassanid infantry. So this is the last Roman turn. Let's start with some roll. They try to rally and they are destroyed very well, and they also try to rally, and with a 4 they manage to rally. At least they will face the heavy cavalry in their front, and this unit here also destroyed. So 2 units fully destroyed from the Roman, and now moving in their last turn. The last Roman turn see the elephant push back and fled from the triary of the Romans. The archers reduced to 2 model, which fled from the elite cavalry, and the light mercenary cavalry routed by the heavy cavalry. We've taken casualty back, but they are okay. So the last Sassanid turn start with the rally for the archers, which fail, so one is destroyed and one is gone. And the elephant take 3 casualties, so yes, the elephant is rally. The elephant is rally, and the turn now begin. So the battle is over with the last charge of Nandor the Relentless into this legionary which old, and the final score is 6 units destroyed for the from the Sassanid and 8 units lost for the Romans. So 8-6 is a victory for the Sassanid, but this is the situation at the end of the game. So the lords are within 12 inches one to another, so it's fun to take 5 minutes less to make a challenge which both the general avoided for the entire game. One side note for the rest, for the last turn, you see nothing in that corner. The elite cavalry charge the last unit of auxiliaries, which kill 2 of the elite before being routed, but the elite cavalry of the Sassanid lost their nerve and also are routed and removed. So in the end they will give their lives for the emperor in a good way. And now the challenge between the 2 lords to see if one of the 2 generals will be slain. And it's a draw with a 2-6 and 2-5, so not one of the general is slain, not the general is slain, so everyone returned to their unit, and the beaten Roman left the field. Their invasion of the empire is an unsuccessful move. And that's it for this large game, which go smooth. Set aside some mistake made by me. 70 points is not that much to play with this adjustment to the rule, especially the distance of 1 inch. And probably playing, I used too many light cavalry for the Sassanid. I have to spend point in heavy cavalry. Is better for the outcome of the game, although they win the game itself. And it's a good debate between using the Roman legionary as a veteran to eat better in melee, or let them the possibility to use the shield wall, which I decided at the beginning of the game, because I forgot that they will lose shield wall if they are veteran, to reshape the unit in javelin, but not veteran, because the +1 in their armor against shooting and melee is invaluable, much better than 8 on a 4 in melee when they reach, because if they cannot reach the melee, this bonus is pretty useless. As usual, the elite infantry, the triarii in this case, are absolutely devastating. They kill everything they touch. All in all, it was a really fun game, and I'm happy that with this so many points it go well, and I hope to recreate something similar maybe with other faction soon or later. Now I'm back to paint my last few Napoleonics for a big battle into the peninsula. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon as possible on the site. At the moment, bye bye.